Hi, my name is Rob Scott from UC Today News. Hope you're doing well. So today I'm joined by Jonah Fink, who's the president of net2phone, and he's going to be sharing his perspective on the UCaaS marketplace in the year ahead. Welcome, Jonah.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Pleasure. Good to see you. And just before we get started, how about we just do a quick bio? Tell us a little bit about who you are and what net2phone does, please.
Sure. I've been with the company, the parent company IDT now for close to 22 years. IDT, for those listeners or site visitors that are not familiar with IDT, IDT is a leader in the communications space. We'll talk a little bit, hopefully during this interview, about IDT's growth into some new, really exciting segments. Always been a leader in telecommunication, communication. And over the years, I started with net2phone since day one. We've really built a very strong over-the-top voice over IP cloud communications layer on top of that infrastructure that IDT has built.
Fantastic. And just to set the scene, I mean, talk to me about workplace trends out and what's happening out there right now. What's impacting the industry the most?
I think the workplace trend is seeing the background of my kitchen today. That's really the workplace trend. More and more, we talk about hybrid remote workforce. I don't know how hybrid it's getting. It actually feels to me more remote. And the technology that net2phone has built, again, over the top, has allowed us to build video applications, messaging applications, voice communications, all within a single interface that allows those users who find themselves in a different environment today than ever, being able to make that phone call, make that video call, send that message, and do a lot more than that directly from the comfort of their home.
Yeah, it's really changing, isn't it? How we communicate, where we communicate and at what time we communicate even. It's really changing, isn't it? And, in terms of, I suppose how net2phone's kind of shaping its business up for the new workplace, the hybrid workplace, if you will. What's happening at net2phone?
What's happening as net2phone is we really cater towards the enterprise, small business, medium-sized business, and enterprise community. And we're having conversations now, Rob, where it's less about, hey, this is pretty cool to migrate to the cloud. It's more about, we need to get this done now. So some of the conversations that we're having with IT managers and CIO directors of these businesses, they're providing us timelines as to when these projects need to be completed now. They want to move away from metal and on-premise to the cloud. So the conversations are more pertinent than ever. We're also realizing that, and I'm sure, Rob, you're seeing the same, we're on more video calls these days than we're on voice calls. And by net2phone's UCaaS all-in-one solution, being able to provide video, being able to provide voice and messaging and the like, you have all of that experience in one. So we find that our conversations are very much all-inclusive, sort of as if you go to a nice resort vacation on holiday, it's all-inclusive. That is really how net2phone is really building its solution sets and its offers for its customers. So our customers, in terms of at the end of the month, their invoice comes with all of those line items in one. They don't need to worry about a consumption-based model, such as, oh, we need to stay on the video call just for 40 minutes and that's it. They don't have to worry about consumption. They don't have to really worry about a metered or a pay-as-you-go environment. net2phone is really providing an all-in-one experience for all the communication needs down to the end user.
And in terms of your customer behavior right now, I mean, it's virtually 2022. In terms of deployments, have they all happened now? Are they all in pretty good shape, or are still a lot of organizations still trying to work things out?
You'd think that participation or cooperation within a rollout would be challenging, but again, as I said earlier, there's such a focus on getting the job done now. In fact, I'm smiling a little bit because there's one large client that we're working with, very large bank, globally traded bank, and they're asking us to finish this project before the end of this month. So you'd find that, yes, we're running into holidays. Yes, we're running in this disparate, fragmented workforce environment. But again, as I touched on before, moving from metal to the cloud or from on-premise to the cloud with net2phone, these are conversations where the customers are now demanding the timeline. So we find that these conversations or discussions are propelling. We're definitely finding that they're speeding up, and that really makes it for a great opportunity for net2phone.
And in terms of the year ahead and how things might shape up, then is it more mass deployments? Do you think the market's going to change any next year? I mean, there's still a lot of uncertainty out there.
I think the customer expectations are more like the airline experience, where It used to be, pre-COVID, I remember flying all over the world, visiting all of net2phone's wonderful global offices. And you'd spend a lot of time, at the check-in, getting on, boarding on the plane. Now I think we're becoming more and more familiar with that self-kiosk onboarding experience where you tend not to speak to anyone in the middle and you find yourself sitting in that plane. This is a very important year. 2022's got 3 2s for the net2phone. It's going to be a great year for us. And the reason is that we're developing both for our partner community and for our customer community in what we call a touchless environment, where both partners and customers can onboard themselves, modify their experience, configure their experience, edit their experience, all the way from music on hold to some of the more robust, sophisticated call queues experiences. The days of waiting 45 minutes for that incumbent telecom to answer the phone to be able to change a modification, those are over. net2phone's developing for the business, for that large business to behave as a small business, and for that small business to behave as an enterprise.
So I suppose it feels like a concept of Agile UCaaS, almost. You're in control and you can scale up and down, left and right whenever you need to. Is that fair?
100%. What net2phone has done really well is that we've layered the most fascinating, the most robust global UCaaS distribution foundation in the space. As you know, Rob, net2phone has just been named the fastest growing UCaaS provider in the space. And the reason for that is not overly scientific. We have the best partners in the space and we have the best customers in the space. And when we wake up in the morning, we're developing for those 2 cohorts. We have the ability now for 3:00 in the morning, a partner to go into their own partner portal, quote out and propose a customer. We don't even know about it. Goes right to a one-click environment where that customer accepts the proposal, goes right into our onboarding team. So being able to move fast in this new remote workforce environment, not to have these heavy experiences in the factory line or the work line assembly, being able to empower the customer to do it all. The technology is exciting, the enablement's exciting, and that's really what we're developing for.
Yeah, as you say, it's a refreshing change considering where we've been for the last 20 years. Just being able to just get it done, on the customer's timescale or the partner's timescale, for example. So I think that's
believe I think it's Home Depot's tagline, "Do it yourself." We very much believe that the do-it-yourself model for the partners and the customers will continue to propel our growth in terms of size, in terms of scale, in terms of enablement. So we're very excited about that movement.
That's fantastic. And for anyone looking to find out more about net2phone and get in touch, what's the best way?
Right to our website, www.net2phone.com. If you're a partner and you're looking to learn more about how to represent our services, we have dedicated partner pages. If you're a customer and you'd like to learn more about how you can move your communications platform over to net2phone, same website, net2phone.com. All of your answers will be there. And you can speak directly to a professional and a specialist for net2phone UCaaS.
That's fantastic. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today. However, if you're interested in finding out more, of course, there are some links in the description as well. Do jump on to net2phone.com. Hey, thanks, Jonah. Great to see you, and I wish you all the very best for 2022.
Happy holidays, be safe, and follow net2phone's growth. Thank you.
And thanks to everyone for watching UCTV. If you've got some good takeaways from today's session, do give us a quick mention on social and subscribe to our channel for more industry news and insights. So I'm Rob Scott from UC Today. Thanks for watching.